Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome. My name is Sasha Chance, and today I created this look. I'm using a few products that I love, and I wanted to show you guys how I achieved it. It is also fall inspired because that is my favorite time of year. So please stay tuned and watch till the end so you guys can see how I achieved this. Toodles! So I'm starting off by prepping my face with Max Fix Plus in Goldlite, and this leaves a little bit of gold flexes on you. It gives you a nice glow underneath your makeup. And I'm priming with TATCHA Silk Canvas, which is pretty expensive. So when I saw at Sephora I could get a sample for free, I definitely took it because I wanted to try it, but it isn't my go-to primer. So now I'm just going to color correct with this NYX palette. It's a conceal, contour, and correct palette. And I use that orange shade a lot, obviously. And I use that orange shade to color correct any dark spots that I may have on my face, like my little beard that I used to have. I did have that laser removed, so it's lightening up. But yeah, so I have a little bit of black dark spots in that area and under my eyes, so I'm using that color in that palette to color correct. So for this look, I'm going to be using the Fenty Beauty Pro-Filter Hydrating Longwear Foundation in the shade 430. And I really like this foundation because it's very hydrating and it's really light. It's a light to medium coverage. And I've been having dry skin, so it's really hydrating. And it's very light because I do have a breakout this week that sucks. So this is going to really complement that, where it's not going to be anything too heavy. And I'm going in with my holy grail of concealers, the NARS Radiant Creamy in the shade Caramel. And I really love this this concealer. It's really easy to blend. And how I blend it out is I spray my beauty blender with a little bit of my Fix Plus just to give it a little bit more help to stay put throughout the day. So when I got through blending out my NARS, I realized that I wanted my under eye to look a little bit brighter. So I went in with this Born This Way concealer in the shade Butterscotch just to give me a little bit more brightness under my eyes. Now I'm going back to my NYX palette and using this Perfect Concealer brush from e.l.f. to start contouring. And I'm contouring the side of my cheeks, around my forehead, around my hairline, and my nose. And I contour my nose not to make my nose look smaller, but to make my nose stand out, if that makes any sense. When I take full on pictures, my nose bridge isn't prominent enough to me that it stands out. So I do contour my nose so that it stands out, not to make my nose smaller. So it stands out in pictures, because if I'm not taking pictures or doing a video, I wouldn't do it. I normally don't. So now I'm just going to go back over my contour with this Sonia Kashuk beauty sponge. Blend that out a little bit more, and I'm going to take my beauty blender and blend out my under eye just a little bit more. And ladies, in makeup, you can't blend enough. So now I'm taking my Fenty Beauty Pro-Filter powder in the shade Honey to set my under eye. So guys, when setting my under eye, I don't usually bake. I just press the powder into my skin, and I really like that method. I feel like it helps the makeup to stay put longer. And as you guys can see, I kind of went overboard, but that is okay because Jesus and blending saves. Can I get an amen? So now to set my contour, I use the Black Radiance pressed powder in the shade Ebony. And I like it because it gives me more of a bronzing effect than a contouring effect. And yeah. So I kind of went overboard here too, but that's okay because we're going to blend, and I'm going to continue to blend my life away in this video, as you can see. And I'm taking my Studio Fix powder in the shade NW45 just to blend everything out and just to get rid of any harsh lines. And I'm really doing this now because I did go overboard with my contour or bronzing. So now onto the brows, and I'm using my NYX Micro Brow Pencil to fill in my brows today. I love this pencil. So how I do my brows, I just brush them up and in place, and I draw my first line following my brow bone underneath to create my shape and to, well, not necessarily to create my shape, to intensify my shape and just fill in any sparse areas of my brow. And I use very light, thin strokes. And that is why I prefer to use a pencil, because I feel like you have a more natural looking brow with that. My brows are pretty okay as far as thickness, so I just want to fill in anything that is scanty or may look a little bald in certain areas. So I'm just doing that, and I'm using the brush end to blend everything out so no lines look harsh. And now that I'm done filling in my brows, I'm just gonna go ahead and clean them up using this small flat brush. And I usually don't clean up under my eyebrows or carve them out, as they say, but I haven't done my brows in a while and I have some hair under there. So I just wanna conceal that. And I'm using that NYX palette that I love oh so much. Using a shade in that palette that is close to my skin tone. A little bit, just a hair lighter than my skin tone, but nothing that's going to stand out too much or won't be easy to blend out. And hello brows. So now that my brows are done, I'm going to go ahead and start my eyeshadow. But before I start applying my eyeshadow, I'm going to use this Fenty concealer as a eyeshadow base. I'm just gonna blend that out. Blend, 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 blend. And now for the eyeshadow, I'm going to be using the Jackie Aina times Anastasia Beverly Hills palette, which is well loved in this house. Yes, it is. And I'm using the shade Ginger to use as a transition shade and put into my crease and my outer corner. And then I'm going to go into the shade Edges and put that all over my eye to create a nice brownie, ginger-y, smoky eye. Then I'm going to go into the shade Trust Issues and just put that on top in my inner crease and on top of my lid. And look how pretty that looks. Now I'm taking my Anastasia Beverly Hills or ABH eyeliner, liquid eyeliner, which I really love, and creating a small wing. And now that my shadow's done, it's time for lashes. Yes, come through. And I'm taking my Pat McGrath Labs Fetish Eye Mascara to blend my real lashes and the falsies. And I'm going to be using my Marc Jacobs highliner in my waterline. Then I'm going to go back to my mascara and just pull out my bottom lash. Going back to the palette, the eyeshadow palette, I'm going to take some of Trust Issues and just put that in my inner corner for a little bit of highlight, and my outer corner for a little bit of highlight. So right about now, you should start feeling yourself because the look is coming together and you're realizing that all that hard work was not in vain. And I'm going to take my MAC Gold Deposit, which is actually a finishing powder, and put that all over my face using a nice big fluffy brush for an all over glow. And then I'm going to go in with my NYX High Definition blush in the color Double Dare, which is this nice peachy orange color that complements brown skin really well. And to finish that off, I'm going to go in with my highlighter, my BECCA highlighter in the color Champagne Pop. And now that we're finished with the face, I'm going to take my Fix Plus and spray that setting spray to set everything. And we're done. Well, not quite, because we still need to get these lips together, honey. So for my lips, I'm going to take this lip pencil from Prestige in the color Spice. Do they even make Prestige Cosmetics anymore? Maybe they do. That is an old pencil that I had. I really love that color. It's really pretty. It's a nice gingery color that kind of matches my eyes. And when I'm done lining my lips, I'm going to take this MAC matte lipstick called Sepia. I thought it was Stone, but it's actually Sepia. It's like this really taupey color that I really like. And I'm just going to go back in with my pencil to kind of blend it and give it an ombre look. Then I'm going to take my Intense Butter Gloss from NYX in the shade Cookie Butter and put that all over just to brighten up the color a bit. And I'm going to put some in the middle just to give it a little bit of an ombre effect. And yes, family, our makeup look is complete. You know, I had to drop a little bit of styling, and I'm going to take these gold hoops that I got from the beauty supply store for like $1, and I'm going to rock it with these gold rings that I got from H&M. And this denim jacket that I thrifted that I'm going to be showing in an upcoming haul video. And yeah, here we go. We're ready for the fall. Don't you love it? Anyway, please drop comments below and tell me what you think. And if you like it, like. And if you love it, subscribe. And as always, love, light, and style.